just got a fresh haircut this morning, so looking a little bit cleaner than usual. But I just went to SDHQ. It's like a off-road shop here in Mesa, and they got me fully hooked up. I was even about to buy the wrong shit, and the dude like helped me. My bad, phone just cut me off to play some Eminem. That was absolutely brutal. But I ended up getting all the right hoses, so now I can go ahead and do the oil drain and the coolant lines. And I also got extra line for the oil cooler whenever I'm ready to go ahead and do that. But yeah, dude got me hella sorted. I was about to buy the wrong thing, and I would have fucking been even more screwed than before. The AN line shit is so fucking confusing. So I plan on just going there every single time and having that dude help me out until I can figure this shit out on my own. So shout out to the dude at SDHQ. About to head home and make these lines. Alrighty, so first things first, I do want to make sure that this 45 will actually fit in between the valve cover. So you can test this bad boy out real quick. It does look promising. That's pretty much how it's gonna be. Oh yeah, that looks hella good. And then, oh yeah, that's literally perfect. So it will be a little bit different with the adapter. It'll be like ½ inch higher and a little bit closer to the valve cover, but I think the height will make the difference. But look how close that fitment is. I don't know what is happening with the focus right now. Go focus on everything but the fitting. Alright, let me just do it myself, I guess. Shout out to Sony. Yeah, look how freaking close. So this is with it lined up right. So literally like perfect. I think it'll work though. See if the autofocus will actually work on my face. But yeah, I think that'll work. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw these AN lines together. Then the engine is literally ready to go in. The only thing we're missing is the adapter, and I need a crank angle sensor, but both of those are in easy enough spots to work on where I could do it in the car with the front clip off. So we can go ahead and swap the engines out. Alright, these AN lines being a huge pain in my ass right now because they keep backing out. So I'm going to use some super lube and see if this will help it from backing out so the nipple end will go in easier.
Sweet dreams.
Alrighty, y'all. This line turned out freaking perfect. It's like the perfect length. It was backing out like the tiniest bit, but honestly I think it's fine. Like it's literally like 1/8 of an inch, if that. Feels pretty solid. First time doing AN lines, so I had to get my dad to help me like hold it in, or else it would back out like 1/4 of an inch or even more. But yeah, it turned out freaking good. Now I just have to do, this is the coolant line, so I'm gonna throw this on there, and then I've gotta make the oil drain line, and then we throw that on there, and we're ready to throw this sucker in the car. Alright, I need a moment to just raise some praise for myself right now, because look at how freaking good this turned out. The fitment here, if I push it to where it's gonna be, it's literally, the focus just hates these fittings for some reason. You can see perfect freaking fitment, and the 2 feet was just enough. It's like perfectly tight without, still has a good amount of slack. So now we'll go ahead and make those oil lines and throw those on the car. Alright, just got back. I was hanging with the girlfriend. Now I'm going to go ahead and chop up this AN sign line. This is 10 feet, so I only need like 2 to 3 feet. We're going to throw these lines on here that hopefully work. I just like blurred out at the store, I guess, and I got the same lines that I needed for the water lines without really thinking about it, but I still have the vibrant fittings for, so I have those Fragola ones and the vibrant fittings, so it should work either way. The vibrant ones might actually work better because this is vibrant line, but let me mock it up and we'll see. All right, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and send it with the straight fitting straight off of the turbo. This is what it looks like over here. And that way it'll just go straight down. Also, I was trying to think, just so I'm not being wasteful and not just pissing away money on these fittings, because I'm gonna need these for the oil cooler. And I was trying to figure out, because really either one of these would work on the turbo, but I feel like this would be better on the oil cooler, just so that way it's kind of pointing downwards towards where I'm going to be putting it. Over here it'll basically sit right here, which will let it point down, and then I'm going to be snaking it through this hole over here, so the line will be going through there. So I feel like this will work better for that. I'm going to be using 10AN, so I can just go ahead and use this fitting. So now I can go ahead and grab those fittings off the engine and make that hose. So I've got this part of the fitting pushed on there. It's kind of a pain in the butt. The best way I found is just push real hard with both hands and then give it a wiggle back and forth. And yeah, now we can go ahead and throw some lube on this stinker and go ahead and tighten her up. I have a feeling this one's going to be a lot easier now that I literally just stuck that in there, because you can actually push this one in before you start threading it, where the other one you couldn't do that. I'm guessing that might be because these are the vibrant ones. So I guess I can let you know afterwards, but if you're buying fittings, get the vibrant ones, not the Nikolai or whatever it is. No offense to my Russian viewers out there. Alright, y'all, this line literally turned out so freaking mint. It turned out so good, and it was so much easier to do. For whatever reason, the AN10 line is like a million times easier, because you can actually fit the nipple into the hose before you start to thread it, so it doesn't want to squeeze the freaking hose out of the fitting. It's literally so much better. It came out super good. Didn't slip out at all, where the other one slipped out a tiny bit, but I think it'll be fine. But literally didn't need any help on this one. Literally, I probably put this together in like 10 minutes. Super easy. I'm stoked how it came out. It's good length. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it on the car. Alrighty, y'all. Got every single line hooked up and tightened. There's one thing that's a little bit sketchy, but it should be okay. This line right here is one of the coolant lines. This is the one going to the block. A little bit of a sketch setup here. So basically, according to the EFR manual, it needs to be exiting on the top and entering on the bottom. And since that side is weird, I figured I would just put this side on the top because it's not a problem over here. But I went to loosen this and it's stripped, so we're just gonna send it with that. Got this coolant line going to the other side under the intake manifold, and we got our drain on there, all nice and tightened. Looks super nice, going to the oil pan. And then we've got our oil feed going to being fed from the Vanos unit. So overall, looks pretty legit. As far as I'm aware, everything is finished and ready to go. I was gonna cap the throttle body nipples, but they're water lines, and I don't think it hooks up to anything, so I don't even think I need to cap that. The only other thing that I am worried about is the throttle position sensor. I guess I'm just gonna mess with it. I have two sensors that aren't plugged in, and they both look like they would plug into that, so I guess I can try it. I'm not sure which is which. Hopefully one just doesn't plug in and then I won't have problems. But yeah, and then I got some buddies coming over to help me yank this E36 engine out. Alright, y'all. It's been a long ass day. About to go to sleep. The boys came over, helped out a ton, but I'm fucking beat. Like, my brain hardly works at this point. But we got a ton done. We got the whole front clip off, radiator off, coolant oils drained. Stuff we still need to do is remove the exhaust, drive shaft, transmission linkage, drain the oil in the transmission. I think that's pretty much it. The wiring harness is pretty much off. And yeah, we're pretty damn close. Honestly, if I still had brain power, we could probably get it done over just like another monster, but I'm just gonna go ahead, call it a day, go to sleep so I can get this video up, and I'll be refreshed tomorrow and have way more energy to actually get stuff done. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe. Catch you guys next time.